So let's 3D design this particular isometric figure. Let's break down this figure into some features. First off, I can see this particular feature, a Y cross section feature over here on the front plane. The front plane is denoted by this X with the arrow mark. And looking at the right plane, I can see this inverted T cross sectional area. So let's start by creating a new part under SolidWorks. We will create a sketch on the front plane. I will go ahead and I'll try to make the center line. So let's have a closer view on this. So I would like to keep the center of this particular arc as origin, and then I would start constructing my particular Y section from there. So let's just go ahead and do that. I will select this center line arc and I will draw this arc, and I'll just close this off, and let me just create this bottom lines for the particular Y section. I will go ahead and trim this extra curves or lines which we don't need. Now I will add some relations. I'll say that this line, the center line, as well as this line, they are symmetric. Now we need to dimension them. As you can see, the dimension of this, the cross section of this particular bottom section of the Y is 9, and the curve has the outer radius of 15 plus 8 and the inner radius of 15. We aren't going to draw that inner radius right now. I'll keep that particular feature for the end. I'll just dimension the outer radius, which is 15 plus 9, or sorry, 15 plus 8. I will dimension this cross section to be 9, and the overall height. So let's go and see what's the overall height. It's 40 plus 9. As you can see, a particular line has deviated downwards. I don't want that to happen, so I'll just select this line and I'll select the origin, and I'll say that they coincide, and now we are fully constrained. So we can go ahead and exit the sketch. We can go under features and say extrude boss space. Let's have a view on what's the length of it. It's 52. Length of extrude is 52. As you can see, this particular feature is pretty symmetric in both the midplanes, the front midplane as well as the right hand midplane. So what I would go ahead and do is I would select midplane, and as you can see, you can get the help of that particular symmetric feature. What this it's an advantage what this particular figure has to offer to us. So I'll say OK, and we have this particular Y section. Now I will select the right plane and I will create a sketch on the right plane. Now on this plane we know that there is an inverted T, so let's go ahead and draw the inverted T. First off, I will draw the center line. It would be easy for me to add some relations later on. I'll select an ordinary line and I'll keep drawing this along the edges of the backside figure. So those lines will already be constrained. I don't need to dimension them later on. So I'll say that this line, press shift control or any of them and hold it, and this line, and say that they're collinear. I will press the vertical lines and the center line and I'll say that they're symmetric. And all I need to do is add the dimensions. Now from the previous figure we know that this is 9. So, and this should be 40. Let's go back and see what's the dimensions. and this should be 8, I believe. So this is 22, this is 22. 22 plus 20 will be 44, and 44 minus 52 is 8. So we double check the dimensions there. We'll just select this and we'll say that this is 8. We have done here. You can exit the sketch, go under features, say extrude boss base, and since this feature is also symmetric, so I will say through mid plane. Now all we need to know is the dimension, which is 75. So let's say this is 75. We are almost done over here. All we need to do is add a cut section over here. So I would select this plane, sketch on it, okay, go normal to the sketch, and I will just draw a line from this point to this point, and then I'll complete this particular figure. I will exit the sketch. Since the figure is already constrained, I don't need to add any more dimensions to it. Then I will go to features and I'll say extrude cut. I will select the sketch and I will say extrude cut through all. Now I will go ahead and I'll mirror this particular feature. So I need to select a particular plane. I will select the right plane, and I've selected this cut extrude, and it's done. So this is how we get the end result. All I need to do is add that particular cutout on the top, the hollow cutout. So let me go normal to the sketch. I've created a sketch on this particular plane, on this particular surface. All I need to do is add a center line, and let me add some arc. And let me close this arc. Now we'll add some dimensions. Since we previously seen the dimension was 15, the arc dimension is 15, that is the radius, and we are fully constrained. We can exit the sketch, go under features and say extrude cut, and this we can say through all. So this is how a completed diagram should look like, a completed model. Let's double check if we have not missed out any features. So this is it. This is how the particular feature should look like.